Stop right now before you waste another dollar. If you have been driving for years convinced you know how to take care of your car, what you are about to hear will hit you like a $3,000 repair bill you never saw coming. This video exposes 12 tricks that experienced drivers use every single day to protect their money, their safety, and their vehicles from the quiet destruction that catches most car owners completely off guard. These are the real-world secrets that separate the driver who spends a fortune at the dealership from the one who laughs all the way to the bank. The number one trick on this countdown is something so simple and so embarrassingly overlooked that when you hear it, you will feel genuine regret for every dollar you have already burned without it. Do not leave before we get there, because that one alone could save you thousands this year. Trick number 12 is understanding rubber seal maintenance, and ignoring it is already costing you money. You do not even know you are losing. Rubber seals are under constant attack from UV radiation, temperature extremes, and the basic act of opening and closing your doors hundreds of times per year. When those seals dry out and crack, water gets inside your car, and that is the beginning of a nightmare that snowballs into mold, rust, and electrical failures, running you anywhere from $500 to $2,000. The fix costs you $3.10 twice a year. A thin coat of petroleum jelly wiped across every rubber seal in your door frames keeps the rubber soft, flexible, and waterproof. Mechanics charging $200 to $400 to replace dried-out weather stripping are counting on you to never figure this out. $3 of Vaseline is the difference between a dry interior and a mold problem that follows you every time you get behind the wheel. Trick number 11 is the tire pressure mistake that is one of the most dangerous and expensive habits you probably have right now without knowing it. Every single day, drivers look at the sidewall of their tire, see a PSI number stamped there, and inflate to that number, convinced they are being responsible. That number is not your recommended pressure. That is the maximum pressure the tire can physically handle before it becomes a safety gamble at highway speed. Your actual recommended pressure is on a sticker inside your driver's side door jamb, calculated specifically for your vehicle's exact weight and handling. Running tires at maximum pressure extends your stopping distance, causes uneven tread wear, and eats through your tires thousands of miles sooner than they should last. A set of quality tires runs you $600 to $2,200, and you are burning through them faster than necessary because of one misread number. Check that door jamb sticker today and stop gambling with your safety every time you leave the driveway. Trick number 10 is about lug nuts, and the scenario it prevents is one of the most financially brutal roadside situations you can imagine. You get a flat tire, you reach for the wrench, and the lug nuts will not budge because they are seized onto the wheel studs from years of heat and corrosion, and when you force them, the stud snaps. One broken wheel stud costs $100 or more per corner, and on a highway shoulder at night you are also looking at a tow bill on top of that. Anti-seize compound is an $8 tube that lasts for years, and a thin coat on the threads of your lug nuts every tire rotation eliminates this nightmare completely. Apply it only to the threads, never the contact face, and torque to spec with a proper torque wrench afterward. $8 now or $400 on a bad night later, and that math is not complicated. Trick number 9 is using clear nail polish on fresh paint chips. And every week you drive without doing this is another week of rust tunneling underneath your paint and destroying your vehicle's value. A rock hits your hood, and you think it is cosmetic, something to deal with later. That regret mentality turns a $15 fix into a $500 body shop visit. The moment bare metal is exposed to moisture, rust begins spreading underneath your clear coat in every direction. Clear nail polish contains nitrocellulose, chemically similar to automotive clear coat, and one thin application over a freshly cleaned chip creates a waterproof seal that stops rust cold. Clean the chip with rubbing alcohol first and apply multiple thin coats rather than one heavy glob. The paint chip you ignore today is the rust bubble you cry over in 12 months. Trick number 8 is keeping dielectric grease in your garage. And if you have ever dealt with a car that would not start because of battery corrosion, you already know the financial panic this trick eliminates. That white or greenish buildup on your terminals is resistance in your electrical circuit. And resistance means voltage drops. And voltage drops mean your starter struggles. And eventually your car sits dead in a parking lot while you wait for a $150 roadside call. A $6 tube of dielectric grease applied to your terminals after cleaning them with baking soda and water prevents corrosion from ever forming. That same tube works on every bulb socket in your vehicle, because bulbs dying in 6 months instead of lasting 2 or 3 years is almost always a socket corrosion problem. Professional mechanics do this on every electrical connection they touch, and now that knowledge belongs to you. Trick number 7 is cleaning your radiator fins, and it is the maintenance task your dealership almost never performs, because doing it properly requires removing the front bumper cover on most modern vehicles. Your radiator fins get clogged with bugs, leaves, and road debris every driving season, and thermal testing shows clogged fins reduce cooling efficiency by up to 30%. An engine running hotter than it should is moving toward a head gasket. Failure costing you $1, $500 to $3,000. Your AC system suffers directly too, because the condenser sits right in front of the radiator and restricted airflow kills the compressor ahead of its time. A careful, gentle rinse from the engine side outward with a garden hose twice a year is all it takes, and nobody else is doing this for you. Trick number 6 is using graphite powder in your door locks. And if you have ever sprayed WD-40 into a sticky keyhole thinking you were helping, you were setting yourself up for a much worse problem. Oil attracts dust and grime, and over weeks that mixture turns into a thick paste inside your lock cylinder that makes the original stiffness feel like nothing. Locksmiths never oil in locks because they use powdered graphite, a dry lubricant that coats the tumblers without attracting contamination. In cold weather, oil-based lubricants can freeze your lock solid at the exact moment you need it most, while graphite works perfectly at any temperature. A $4 tube lasts you decades, and the choice between that and a locksmith call starting at $75 is not a difficult one. Trick number 5 is wrapping your wiper blades when you park for extended periods, and this one oversight has destroyed a perfectly good set of wipers in a matter of weeks for countless drivers storing vehicles seasonally. When your blades sit pressed against your windshield under the sun, the rubber develops a permanent memory set that creates dangerous smearing and streaking in the first rainstorm after storage. A set of quality wiper blades costs $30 to $50, and you should never replace them because of storage damage. 2 old towels and 2 minutes of your time before you park solve this completely. And it is the kind of trick that never shows up on a maintenance schedule, but matters every time the weather turns. Trick number 4 is the foggy window trick, and you have been clearing your windshield the slow, hard way every single time because nobody explained the science behind what actually works. Heat alone does not solve fogging, because the enemy is not temperature, it is moisture content in the air inside your car. The fix is counterintuitive because you turn on both the defroster and the air conditioning simultaneously. The AC compressor pulls moisture out of the air before it hits your windshield, so you get warm, dry air that clears fog in literally half the time. Most modern cars do this automatically when you select defrost mode, and the costly mistake is manually switching off the AC in winter and overriding a system that was engineered specifically to solve this problem. Trick number 3 is applying graphite powder to your ignition cylinder, and the same financial trap you fall into with sticky door locks is quietly destroying your ignition too. Ignition cylinders on vehicles from the early 2000s through 2015 are notorious for developing stiffness and eventually failing completely, and a replacement runs you $200 to $400 at a shop before they even count diagnostic time. A small, careful puff of graphite into the keyway every year keeps the tumblers moving freely and prevents keys from sticking or breaking off inside the cylinder. A broken key inside your ignition at 7 in the morning is the specific automotive nightmare that ruins your entire week and empties your wallet before lunch. Trick number 2 is the fuel door dashboard arrow, and this feature has been standard on virtually every car since the early 1990s, while most drivers still pull up to the wrong pump in rental cars. Look at your fuel gauge right now and find the small arrow next to the gas pump icon. That arrow points directly to the side of your vehicle, where your fuel door is located, left for driver's side and right for passenger side every single time. In a rental car, after a long flight, exhausted and running late, that one arrow eliminates an embarrassing moment that costs you time at a busy pump. It is free information that has been sitting in your field of vision every single drive of your life. Trick number 1 is diagnosing your own car, and this piece of knowledge represents the biggest transfer of power from mechanic to driver in the modern automotive era. When your check engine light comes on the dealership, charges you $100 to $150 just to tell you what is wrong before repairs even begin, and that diagnostic fee is the entry point to a process designed to sell you services you may not need. A Bluetooth OBD2 scanner costs $20, plugs into the port under your steering wheel in seconds, and connects to a free app that reads every fault code in plain language. Code P042 means catalytic converter efficiency, code P0171 means lean fuel mixture, and code P0442 is often nothing more than a loose gas cap. Knowing this before you walk through the dealership door is the difference between a $2,000 estimate and a $15 fix. You handle yourself in the driveway. This tool works on virtually every vehicle made after 1996 and has saved individual drivers thousands of dollars in unnecessary repairs. Every trick in this video was free knowledge that experienced drivers already had, and you deserve to have from day one. And that is exactly why this channel exists. If this video saved you even one trip to the mechanic, hit that subscribe button right now, because we are just getting started, and the next video could save you even more. If you found these tricks useful, smash that like button so more drivers can find this before they make another costly mistake. Drop a comment below telling us where you are watching from and which trick shocked you the most, because drivers from all over the world find these videos and every single comment reminds us exactly why we keep making them. See you in the next one.